Good morning, everybody. I'm starting the moving of my Heuchera coral bells, these, which are doing well. I planted these last summer and they're doing really nicely here, but they will be moved over to that far garden in the back because the sun really kind of does a job on them. And then I will have room to move this Dianthus over here, which is taking up a lot of space in my rose garden. This one, these guys here. And I think I'm going to move this guy also over here into the more sun area. And these are really bright pink and really pretty. But I think that'll give me room here for at least another rose. And I think that'll work better. Then back here, sorry, I'm kind of like zooming you around here. I have some hostas to bring over, and I have the heucheras, and I have tulips and alliums to bring over from my mom's house. So I'll put them back here in this garden. And I also have, and I know it's not the time to transplant it, but it has to be done. You see that peony back there? I've planted that many, many years ago, and it's never bloomed. So I'm going to lift it, maybe not today, and maybe help it out so it blooms. Plus I have some very old 30, 40, or 50, 40-year-old peonies to bring over as well, and see if I can maybe put them in here where they can hopefully live. And this over here, this is let me walk around my dirt here, my lovely compost pile, which needs work. That's another day. This is a rose that my friend Lori gave me. I don't know if it's a Dr. Healy now or what. We'll see if it blooms this year. Plus this Brunnera here I brought over, and it's a low plant, so I may move some of that out over here to this area, kind of intersperse it. And I'm really happy that this fern actually came back. I planted 2 ferns back over there. They did not make it, the transplant. So that is the job I'm going to start today. Eventually, this is that Japanese forest grass. As it grows, I'm going to divide it, and hopefully, like along the edge here, plant those. And here's another hosta. It's called Wiggles and Giggles, that I planted here last year, and it's coming back. And I think once they get bigger, I can move some of them in here as well. So that is the plan for today. Well, starting today. And we'll see how it works. I had to dig out my 2 dead roses here. This is kind of Gara that isn't coming back really strong. This one's much better. That's a peace rose, which I need to start babying these new ones a little bit better somehow. And look here, I thought I'd share. Look at the bleeding hearts. I'd like to get some more of those and put them over into the Japanese garden as well. That's an astilbe, which is coming back. And that, again, once it gets a couple years on it, I can divide and bring back. And here are 2 more astilbes that I can divide and bring back and maybe spread out over the years. So you don't have to spend tons of money every year. Just buy some good plants, you know, over the years, and then separate them and fill in. So I better get busy. I don't film myself digging and moving things around because it's not a pretty sight. So I'll leave you with this gorgeous shot right now and show you how far I get today. See you soon. Okay, I dug up all the coral bill heucheras here. And there they are, along with, if you want to see what a hosta bulb looks like. And I will be taking them over there and planting them. Onward. Let me see if I can show you how I clean up these heucheras and split them up so there'll be more plants. Kind of hard to do one-handed. As you can see, there's a lot of dead stuff here. So what I do is I cut all that off. It's not necessary. Let's see what else we have going on here. You'll see this one here. A lot of dead. Oh, that was alive, but hey, you know what? I need to get a tripod out here. Well, basically, this is what I'm looking at. And it looks to me like there's 3 plants here. 1, 2 dead rows. Go over there. Let me clean it up and then I'll divide it and show you. Well, this is what I ended up with. I have this one big one that has 3 stalks out of it, but it is really intertwined down at the bottom here, and I really don't want to tear it apart anymore. But I did end up with, I've got this little guy, which I don't know if it'll grow. This little guy, which has got roots to fit the bank on. I think there was one more. This, I don't know. I don't think that'll grow. It's trying, but I don't think it will. So that's what I ended up with. This is all kind of cleaned up. There's one interesting thing here. Let me find it. Is it this one? Sorry, don't mean to. There's one that kind of looks like a fern. If I can find it, I'll show you when I start planting them. Okay, onward to the next. I've got the heuchera planted and the one little hosta over there. We'll see. There's a lot of worms. Got these guys here. Those guys there, they're a little wilted right now. And if they make it, they make it. If they don't, well, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna go in and take a little break. It's starting to get hot. These dianthus are next. They are going up where those heuchera were. And we're on to the next one. Well, it's a couple days later, and I thought I would show you how far I've come. These are the dianthus that I moved from back in the rose garden. And I brought them up over here and planted them along with this. It's called Snowflake Mountain Pinks. It's real pretty. Seems to be real happy over here. So I managed to do that. Let's see. I'll show you the other. I did manage to plant my apricot tree. Again, I'm crazy. I have to dig out around here, and I think I'm going to get some more stones and kind of expand this bed and then mulch it. And they seem to be doing okay. This is the peach. It says peach on it. Probably leave the sign on it. And then back over here, this is how my Japanese Zen garden, whatever, is coming back. I went over and grabbed some hostas and some tulips that had bloomed out and ferns and planted them in here. You won't see a lot, a lot of the leaves will die back on the tulips. But I did manage to get them in, and I hope they come up next year. But they're looking okay. This heuchera is doing super nicely for just being uprooted and dragged. And this little guy, this grape hyacinth muscari, was growing wild out in my front lawn. So I just dug it up and stuck it here. I did manage, if you could see it over there, let's see if I can zoom. That is that grass that was over here. I dug it up. So we shall see. It's heavy. Just drag it out. It's going to be pretty difficult. So, and I started working on oh gosh, these tulips. Look, I just love this plant. It's doing great this year. And this is creeping phlox. It just bloomed today. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, really like that. Last year when I planted it, it was small and it stayed small. But this year it's really coming into its own. And I cut down that monster grass that was here. And I'm slowly digging it out. Not an easy job. I will not be planting big grasses again. Ever. Ever. I swear. So I thought I'd finish up here with this update. I just want to show you something. If you're splitting heucheras or transporting them, or, what happens? All of these along the back here, I brought over from my mom's home last summer. And they were small. But look at them now. Look how they just are filling in really nicely. So I'm kind of real happy about that. And this one's going to bloom on us here. See? This is James Galway. Having a good time. So, like here, see, these are little. These were really little last year. I brought them over here and stuck them in. But these dark ones really have taken off much more than the lighter colored ones. So that's an idea for you. If you're planting, realize that it may not look super great the year you plant, but the following years, they will hopefully expand up. These are hyacinths that were at Mom's under a bush, and I just brought them over here and stuck them in. So hopefully they'll do a real nice job and come back next spring. And my azaleas are starting to come. Not a lot of leaves. We had cold snaps. But I think this one's doing better than this one. Same plant times 2. So this is how it is so far. Try to get it out of the shadow here. And yeah, it looks kind of rough right now, but I think it'll fill in a little bit better. And those are the heucheras that I've had for years that I stuck back there. I haven't messed with them, I just leave them. But I do plan to take some of that Brunnera. And after I get some annuals and things and see how these hostas take, I'll move a few of those out. Oh yeah. So that's finishing up on this video. So have a good one. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.